Coach. Last time we played this team, it's probably one of the worst offensive performances that either team had put up, and it looked like history was going to kind of repeat itself there in the first half as both teams were kind of struggling. So, as you took timeouts in the first half and talked to the team, what were some of the things that you were talking about in the huddle?
Well, we needed to attack better off the dribble. We just didn't do that very well at all in the first half. And that resulted in us taking some shots with people in our face and that kind of thing, contested shots that, and give Columbia International credit. They had us scouted, knew the shooters, and they had a game plan and tried to contest the outside shots. And how the game went, it wasn't the prettiest thing to see. So we got to give them some credit there in the first half, especially. They did what they needed to do.
Turnovers still bit us in the first half. We really calmed down in the second half. But so at halftime, really, what were those adjustments that you talked about, in particular with the turnovers and taking care of the ball?
Yeah, we just got to make better decisions. Part of that is we have to pressure if they're going to pressure us that far away from the basket, we've got to take it off the dribble and then look where the help comes from and pass the ball and make the read. And we did that a lot better in the second half. Resulted in some better looks. And also, obviously got some fouls. They're going to pressure us, and we got to drive and be assertive with the ball, and we did that.
Sharon was passed down to you, and with Julia Wright not being in the game, you kind of had to take a lot of what her responsibilities usually were. Hit a couple of big threes and got some key buckets. So just talk about coming into this game knowing that you were going to have to take a little bit more of the offense on your shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all had to step up and fill that spot for Julia. I didn't want to try and do too much, but I did want to go out there and give all that I have and just be a key asset to the team tonight.
It felt like, at least from our perspective, I wasn't playing in the game, but it felt like defensively you guys or offensively you guys had to kind of get used to them being a little bit more physical.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like in the first half they let a lot of things go. So offensively, how did you guys adjust that?
We just had to slow down. I think we always want to push the ball, but we had to slow down and get the better shot, and I think we did that, and it resulted well for us in the end.
Kendra, as Coach talked about, really in the second half, we changed to a lot more attack the rim mentality. For you in particular, that feeds right into your game. But I want to talk first about the rebounding tonight was huge. I think we had almost 20 offensive rebounds. So just talk about, from your perspective, the getting to the glass and grabbing those rebounds.
Yeah, that was something I had really thought about before the game, and it's something that every possession I just have to remind myself, get down there, box out, and I felt like it just worked well tonight with that.
Offensively, just driving to the rim and creating those opportunities. I think we shot, 22 free throws in the game or something like that?
Total of 30.
Total of 30, but I think only 8 in the first half and a huge amount in the second half. So you can see the shift in relying more on the three-pointer on the outside and shooting more free throws in the second half. So just talk about how you were able to attack the rim more and then take advantage of those free throws.
Yeah, I think when the second half started and I got a few of them, and then they started to get into a little bit of foul trouble, it just kind of made us more excited that we can take it in there. And as they kept fouling, we just kept pushing it in.
Coach, I want to talk about the free throws a little bit more. I mean, I think that's, in a lot of my years of watching basketball, that might have been one of the best free throw shooting performances as a team that I've ever seen. I think, didn't we finish 20 of 22 or something like that?
In the second half, we were 20 for 22.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, just talk about that. I think in the second half we only had, 5 buckets outside of free throws.
Right.
So offensively, just, that attack the rim mentality seemed to pay off.
Yeah, obviously they had us, like I said, scouted, took away our threes a little bit, although there were several threes we took that, we want to take them, and they were in and out. But we didn't shoot from the three line 12%, I think, for the game. But they were out pressuring us, and if they're going to do that, we're going to take it to the rim, and girls did a good job of that. Between Hannah and Kendra, I think, finished 8 for 10. Hannah was 13 for 14. That's, pretty solid free throw shooting. The rest of the team, there's 1 for 3, 2 for 2. So, yeah, it was a good team effort, but it was a result of doing what we talked about as far as not settling and not being passive. If they're going to pressure us that far from the rim, we've got to take it to the basket. And, most of the time, if somebody's pressuring you that far from the rim, you can take them off the dribble as long as you're skilled enough to do so, and it's going to put them in a difficult position.
We've won 5 straight now, and this nice long homestand, and now we're back on the road. But what do you take from how the team is playing the last couple of weeks here that you can continue on as we head down to Pensacola this week?
Well, again, being able to adjust to what teams do against us, and that's a fun part of coaching, where it's a little bit of chess and strategy. They do this, we do that. They try this, and then we counter with that. And ultimately, it's on the team to go out and perform on the floor, and they've been doing a great job. They've really been playing good defense for the most part, and rebounding is huge. And that was the challenge tonight. We talked about before the game was rebounding and turnovers. Unfortunately, the turnovers weren't there, and so there's still improvement to be done. But the rebounding was great, and second half defense, we accomplished what we needed to do and result in the victory.